This is a short lesson on division patterns with decimals. This is going to look really familiar to you because last week we did multiplication patterns and we were multiplying times 10 and times 1/10. So for example, 560 times 1 is just 560. 560 times 1/10. When we multiplied by 1/10, we moved the decimal over one spot to the left, and you get 56 or 56.0. Either way is fine. Then if we did 560 times 1/100th, then we moved the decimal 2 times to the left, and we get 5 and 6/10. And when we multiply times 1,000th, you move it over 3 times. 1, 2, 3, and you get 560,000. So today we are going to start dividing by 10, and it's going to look exactly the same. So if I do 560 divided by 10, I'm going to move it one place value spot to the left, and I get the same answer as on the left. If I do 560 divided by 100, I'm going to move 2 times to the left. And if I do 560 divided by 1,000, I'm going to move 3 times. And I get the exact same numbers I did on this side. So when you're doing division patterns, you are just moving the decimal to the left or the right. I'm going to show you a couple of other examples. 32 and 6/10 divided by 10. I'm going to move the decimal one place value spot to the left, and I get 3 and 26/100. If I had the same number divided by 100, I'm going to move it 2 times, and I get 326 thousandths. So the number of zeros you have are the number of hops you move to the left. You always want to make sure when you're dividing by powers of 10, you're moving the decimal to the left. Sometimes there will be a decimal in the number already, and sometimes it'll be a whole number, and you need to add the decimals. So if I had 826 divided by 10, you can't see the decimal, but it's always there. I'm just going to add it and bump it to the left one spot, and I get 82 and 6/10. If I were doing 826 divided by 100, I have 2 zeros, 2 hops, and I get 8 and 26/100. If I have 826 divided by 1,000, I have 3 zeros here, and I hop, hop, hop. I get 826 thousandths. So every time you're just moving that decimal over. Now sometimes you're going to have to work backwards, and we practiced this last week. Sometimes you're going to have problems that look like this. 268 divided by n equals 268 thousandths. Well, I can see here that the difference between here and here is that they moved the decimal 3 places to the left. If it's 3 places to the left, that means n is equal to 1,000. If I have n divided by 10 equals 4 6/10, I know if I'm dividing by 10, I moved it 1 spot to the left to get this answer. So I have to move it back to where it was so I can see that n is 46. So you're just going backwards when you're looking for what you started with. And this is how you solve these problems.